Alright, today we're going to go for a themed challenge, and the theme is very simple. It is blue. Now I don't mean pets that are blue, because there are a lot more pets that are blue than I'm going to use in this video. We're only using the pets which have blue in their name. And the only tier 1 that we can use then is Bluebird, so I'm just rolling down trying to find a few. We are going to buy other units that are not from this category, as buy sells and so on. I think it would be pretty difficult to do this otherwise. Probably not impossible, but for the amount of time I was willing to invest, yeah, I decided I was going to allow buy sells. But for the first couple of turns, it's important just to get Bluebirds on board. So that's why I'm just rolling past all the other units. We still end up losing, but that's not too bad because Bluebird is one of those tier 1s that has compounding value where it just keeps getting better. You know, the longer the game goes, you're getting more and more free attack. So we end up with a full board of Bluebirds on turn 3. Now the other units that we can take, as we actually get a free win here from Rev. This was very fortunate that I was going for this challenge at the same time as Rev was doing something involving Mouse and Duckling. So the other units we can take are Blue Dragon, which is the tier 3, which can generate mana and trumpets. What else have we got? There's a Blue-Ringed Octopus, which obviously is not actually blue, it's yellow, but it has blue in the name. What are the other ones? There aren't very many. I think there's only 5 in total. There's Blue Jay, which is the new free-to-play unit on tier 5, which gives stats to units behind based on how many times it was fed, which probably isn't going to be the best with this particular squad since we're not going to have any of the automatic feeding units. But I guess in the late game we can just spam food because there's probably not going to be much else to do by that point. And as per usual, I'm keeping Gelada frozen. We do definitely need to get Melon from Turtle Pill as soon as possible, so there we go. That also helps improve the value of the Bluebird stats that we're getting for free every turn. There's Blue-Footed Booby on tier 4 as well, so we could potentially get some upgraded melon slices. And I think, is that them all? I think there's maybe one more. I guess it will show up on screen sooner or later if I've forgotten it. So there's BFB, 2-7 stat line. I think that's because I must have bought a Foo Dog on a previous turn, but it looks like I'm going to turn it down. And then maybe here I'm saving up for level 2 Gelada. I don't think I'm going to have enough gold to do that in one turn because we don't want the Gelada to be on the team at all. It has to be sold during the shop phase. Maybe I'm going to realise that sooner or later. But we are down to 1 heart already, which is not surprising. Anytime you go for these types of challenges, that's always going to be pretty likely. So you can see I'm already struggling to determine what the best course of action is here. There is also rice in the shop, which is going to be great for getting more value out of Gelada. I think I'm going to risk it here and roll once. Luckily we get broccoli, so we're able to sell it and then still buy something else, which in this case is going to be the other Blue Dragon. The game suddenly looks a lot different when you're playing units that are all the same colour. Not the most exciting lineup here because we don't have, we've only got 2 different units. But I'm sure we're going to get BFB in sooner or later and try and get a bunch of melon slices going. Or maybe not. I can't remember exactly what happened in this game. This game is from a few weeks ago, I think. Actually, maybe only a couple of weeks ago. But I didn't play that many attempts at this. Some of these units are pretty strong. You know, you can just keep playing until you get a Blue-Ringed Octopus high roll. But at the same time, you don't necessarily have the strongest in-combat abilities. Okay, we do get the Blue Jay here, so maybe BFB Melon Slices is off the table now. Yeah, okay, we're going to go for the Gelada level 2 first. And then we can take the Blue Jay. Yeah, okay. I guess the problem is with taking the Blue Jay now, I'm kind of locking myself into the team. and then we won't be able to pill stuff anymore, or you know, buy sell. So I guess that's the reasoning here behind not taking the Blue Jay. Most games I would definitely have BFB at this point already, so I assume in this particular game we're not going to go for that. It is kind of lucky, I guess, that the Blue Dragon can actually generate enough trumpets for BFB to generate the melon slices. You can also just give the pets cherry, I suppose, but you need to maximize the stats that you have, so that's why we're going for a triple melon here. It does also just show you how powerful, you know, buy-sell can be, even if you don't have any genuine buy-sell units. You're just buy-selling or pilling, you know, the standard stuff from the shop, and it can often be good enough as long as you just combo that with melon. Okay, so we get the blue ringed octopus here. Maybe I'm not going to bother with Blue Jay. I really did want to use as many of the new units as possible. There will be another clip at the very end of this showing a different run. But ideally I would have had one of each. But I think that was probably asking too much, and I think you do really need the double bluebird to maximize the attack power and help you get through teams like this that are using LECL Axolotl. So yeah, ideally I think I should just be unfreezing stuff now and committing to going for waffles and higher level blue ringed octo. So there we go, we get the chocolate plus blue ringed octo. It's definitely going to be better than trying to invest lots of food into the Blue Jay. Here's a double coconut team with coconut crab plus Axo, but they actually overwrite the coconut using the toucan, I guess just to get extra axolotl scaling. I think it's going to be a draw, yeah. I think pretty lucky there that the toucan was in position, otherwise I'm sure we would have lost. But then we get the waffle and then another level up on the blue dragon. Maybe at this stage I should have been moving the blue dragons around to try and get you know, a higher number of trumpets or a higher number of mana snipes. But I feel like just having the classic ascending order of attack or descending order of stats from front to back is probably better. Yeah. So we end up winning here. And yeah, we're just going to take more stats. In retrospect, I probably should have just carried on playing this challenge until I got the full team of 5 different units with blue in the name. But at the time, I think I just had such a huge list of different things I wanted to record that I was willing to lower my standards a little bit in terms of the kind of team I was willing to accept. Sometimes you also just have to be very grateful that you got through a challenge or a run without actually having to face any of the most egregious meta teams. I mean, we did face a couple of axolotl teams, but both of them were probably a little bit on the suboptimal side. Actually, thinking back to it, I guess that toucan team with the coconut crab, eventually I would assume that they're going to get to the point where the toucan passing back the meat bone is going to count as a feed, and then the coconut's going to get regained as well. So probably lucky that we avoided facing that. You can actually see a visual glitch here. I guess it's been happening the whole game, but the mana values are incorrect on the when you have multiple blue dragons. So the snipe actually does 6 damage there, even though it says it was only 4 mana. But it's just a visual glitch. It doesn't actually affect the battles. And there you go. Stat Bash blue only team ends up taking the win on turn 17. So here we can take a quick look at one of the other teams that I was running. This one we've got level 2 BFB, and we've got the melon slice on all 4 of the other units. And it's really awkward getting to this stage where all 4 units have the melon slice, because you have to keep rearranging your squad. And the blue dragon generating the trumpets is inconsistent when you have to move it around. So you can see the BFB has the cherry on it there. And then I end up facing this team, which initially looks like we could beat, but they have double bat, so we end up losing 4 pieces of equipment. And yeah, although their stats are relatively low, we just don't have enough to knock out their last couple of units there. I'm not sure if it mattered if the spread of the weakness there, but yeah, unfortunate. And then I really want to include this clip as well, which is facing this quad barnacle team. Weirdly, they're buffing the Puma at the back with the toy, so presumably not going for a 5 of a kind, but I think on turn 13, 3 trophies, 1 heart, probably didn't have much of a chance anyway.